Legler joins me. That's right. On Monday, we got Legs. And Legs, who carried their teams to victory on the weekend?
Like that picture.
Yeah, dude.
Well, let's go with LeBron James. I was sitting courtside for this one, and it was fun. Vintage LeBron, most points ever scored in the Lakers uniform since he got there. And look, 31 shots, 11 threes are not typical, but his will got them through that game solely, and his three-point shooting carried the day. So that was pretty special to see LeBron be able to dial it to that extent at that age.
Yeah, for sure. Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, listen, special. And he got cooking early in this one, and he has an answer for everything now because his handle and his three-point shooting have gone to a place that very difficult to find a matchup for him. Boston is on fire. They have now entered into the debate of a team worthy of title consideration and winning the East potentially. And I wouldn't have said that about them a month ago. Tatum was fantastic. I mean, LeBron is much older, so for LeBron to get to 56, while a much younger Jayson Tatum gets to 54, you probably would have to give the nod to LeBron James to be able to do that.
How about this dude doing things no one's ever done before?
You know, there are a lot of nights I watch Nikola Jokic and I say to myself, why do we even bother debating who the best player in the NBA is?
Wow.
It's this guy.
I think so for
Most
sure, huh?
nights. I mean, he's just absolutely incredible. And Aaron Gordon's comments after the game, and he just got paired up with him last year, hasn't seen him enough, but he just said, this dude is unbelievable. Like, he can't believe he's even got the honor to play next to a guy that affects the game on this many levels. Jokic pretty special. The problem with Jokic, he does this so often, I don't even know how special that was compared to Tatum and LeBron.
I'm with you, but I need to see him do it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, when they got to the playoffs, I know it was a couple of years ago, Jamal Murray was clearly and by far the best player on the team. If Jokic can raise his game the way Jamal did in the playoffs, they can win championships. But he's got to do that. Like James Harden and Steph Curry, he hasn't quite been himself in the playoffs.
Completely agreed. And this year, he's had 9 games total with his next 2 best players. Now, Jamal Murray, I don't know if we're going to see him. Michael Porter Jr. apparently starting to work out again. He's only played 9 games all season. For that team to be 10-plus games above 500 and firmly in the playoff mix in the West without really either of his next 2 best players, really incredible what this guy does.
I shouldn't include Steph there. I'm talking about in the finals. Steph at times has not looked like his normal self in the finals.
You need that signature moment. Jokic has to have a big Game 7 in a moment to get them through a series and elevate his profile.
Are Klay Thompson's and Steph Curry's recent struggles linked to the absence of Draymond Green?
Without question. And I really got an opportunity to see this up close in this game on Saturday because people talk so much about his impact defensively. Now, that's obvious. His communication, his intensity, he makes guys accountable. The other end of the floor, though, he is the brains of the operation, basically at the top of the key. And here's where it's so important. Steph and Klay are so active, right? They're coming off all those down screens. When that happens, teams have to react to those screens. A lot of times, 2 guys jump out on Steph or Klay because they miscommunicate. And then Draymond is the guy hitting all of those slippers, whether it's a Kevon Looney, whether it's Toscano Anderson, it could be an Otto Porter, a Kuminga, Bielitsa, whoever. Draymond Green is the guy that punishes you with passes just like that, on cuts. And when those don't happen, teams don't then have to adjust to all that extra attention they're giving to Steph and Klay. It's going to be a dramatic difference when Draymond Green takes the court. I know he doesn't put up big scoring numbers, so we don't give him as much attention when he's out as some of these other stars when they're out. And all we talk about is, when AD comes back, when KD comes back. That's all we ever say. This guy's just as important to his team.
He's the pick-and-roll partner with Steph. He's the guy who plays the 5-out small ball lineup. He is the key to everything outside of Steph. He's also kind of the point guard or point forward, and Steph is really an off guard.
Definitely.
I mean, he doesn't get enough credit, but we try to give him some. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.